Hello and welcome to Pursuit of Perfect System. It's time to talk about power. And I don't mean the excellent series on Netflix. I mean HiFi system or HiFi component power. And it's a very, very interesting area. One area that I've been massively interested and fascinated by for a number of years. And my power journey, or I suppose my start of the experience, began with purchasing a classic Tassima CS 929 power strip. It cost about £30 and I was really surprised that it made any difference at all, but it did. It definitely did. Well, it did at first. It was absolutely fine when powering one component, but when you added a second one, the benefits seemed to diminish, and as you added more components, the benefits definitely diminished completely. So I got around that by buying several Tassima CS 929s. Makes sense, right? And I was fully content with that. Well, at least until I tried to power a big amplifier off of one of them, and it literally just wasn't letting enough electricity current through and the amplifier was shutting off. So again, an easy fix, plug the amplifier straight into the wall, which definitely fixed it, except it didn't sound as good, which was, totally unacceptable for me. So I went on a journey and started researching, and that is when I discovered Isotek and their full and very in-depth range of products. There was one product in particular that jumped out at me, the Isotek Titan, a purpose-built and purpose-designed high current mains conditioner, ideal for a power current hungry amplifier. And at the time it was a lot of money to me, and I was really skeptical of whether it was going to make any difference at all, let alone justify the price tag. But I thought, well, look, sod it, let's just give it a go and see what happens. And that exact same Isotek Titan is still in use in my system today. It's being used in the home cinema side of my review system. I was so impressed with the benefits of the Titan on the amplifier that I started to try out everything else in my system being powered from it. And at one stage I had the whole HiFi and home cinema system being powered through the Isotek Titan, which is definitely not the best way to go, but still gave great results amazingly. And the reason it's not the best way to go is because Isotek stands for isolation technology, really aimed at isolating each individual HiFi component from each other. Because not only is there a problem with mains and mains noise, that there's a problem with each individual component kind of polluting or adding noise to the next component along in the chain, which is exactly the reason why, as I was adding more components to the Tassima C929, the sound and the performance of it was getting worse. So my positive experience with the Isotek Titan led me to buying more specific and dedicated mains products from Isotek. I bought an Isotek mirror, I bought an Isotek Synchro, and I also bought an Isotek Nova. And that Isotek Nova was in my review system up until very recently, when Isotek very kindly offered to send me the new Nova, which is that lovely unit you can see there behind me for me to spend some time with and review. Now, in some ways I can compare the new EVO 3 Nova to the original Isotek Nova, but in other ways I simply can't, because as you can see, it is both physically and from specification and design a completely different animal. For starters is the price tag. The new EVO 3 Nova costs just shy of £6,000. As you can clearly see, it's a much bigger unit, it's a much heavier unit, the build quality is significantly improved, and the chassis feels far less rattly. On top of that, the new EVO 3 Nova offers significantly more. The original Nova was designed to power source components or constant current draw components, and it was designed to power 6 individual units. The new EVO 3 Nova offers the same, but now for up to 8 different components. And on top of that, it has a completely new high current section. Here there are 4 sockets designed to be used with high current devices such as amplifiers, subwoofers, or maybe big power draw power supplies. These 4 high current sockets include part of the company's Titan direct coupled circuit. So it's like having a mini Titan included in the Nova, which is really very cool. On top of that, one of the other new major features of the EVO 3 Nova are It's full sine wave rebalancing and DC cancellation. The DC cancellation aspect of the new Nova was previously only available in the Isotek Synchro power cable. So as you can see, it wouldn't be fair to compare the original Nova to the new EVO 3 Nova, because the new EVO 3 Nova really is a full system mains conditioning product. And on top of that, it features a very nice screen on the front, which you can select between some interesting mains information. But did I notice much sound quality difference changing from the original Nova to the new EVO 3 Nova? Yes, I did. There were some serious and significant differences. And I think the first significant difference was a perceived lower noise floor. And that is evident in just how the music is presented in a more relaxed, a more easygoing and an easy listen way. But at the same time, I noticed more immediacy to the sound. And the new EVO 3 Nova suits my review system much better. I was able to get fantastic use from the 4 high current power socket outlets, and I used them to power 3 separate linear power supplies and 1 other mains conditioning product, which I'll talk about in the next video. Using the high current outlets on the linear power supplies brought another improvement again. There's no getting away from the fact that the new EVO 3 Nova appears to cost significantly more than the original Nova, but actually when you break it down and you divide its retail cost by the number of outlets or number of components that you can power from it, the broken down cost actually is about the same per unit as the original Nova, and yet we have all the technology improvements, flexibility, much improved build quality, and definitely improved sound quality per individual unit, per individual socket for the same cost. So if you followed my maths correctly, it actually costs about the same as the last unit, which is really interesting, and fair play to Isotek for doing that. And let's not forget the fact that with the original Nova, to power a full system, you would have needed to have buy one of Isotek's Titan units for any amplifiers or high current devices. Not only does that add to the cost, that also adds to the amount of rack space you needed to free up for your mains conditioning. With the new Isotek Nova, as I mentioned, we get a full system mains conditioning package in just one package, taking up just one amount of rack space. The Isotek Nova 3, yes, it is a serious investment amount of money, but it is also a product or an investment that's going to improve the sound of your whole system, or every single component within your system that you plug into it. I think that's worth bearing in mind, and that is actually, or leads me nicely onto the reason that you can see the Isotek Nova EVO 3 there behind me on the desk. And I bet you thought I'd put that up there for your benefit. You would be so lucky. The reason that is up there is because I want to use it to review the Wilson Audio Tune Top speakers behind me, because they are very high-end speakers. They warrant the best possible signal that you can give them, and that is the product I've learned and realized that I need to use for the mains conditioning for the system that I'm putting together to review these speakers. So all I'll say is take from that what you will. If you're new to Isotek and you'd like to find out more about them as a company and the products they offer, they are extremely active as a company, and they're often on tour. And by that, I mean they visit different hi-fi dealerships and different hi-fi shows and events to demonstrate their products. If you can't wait that long, I filmed a fantastic presentation at last year's Munich high-end show in May 2019, where Isotek MD Keith Martin gave a fantastic long and in-depth presentation. And if you'd like to see that, click on the link up there. For my final thoughts of the Isotek EVO 3 Nova, I've been extremely impressed with it in lots of different ways. I really like how well it's built, and I really like how nice it looks for a product of this type. It is one of those types of products that you do install, plug everything in, and then kind of forget about it and set and forget. But that is, in a way, some of the biggest praise that you can give to a product like this. It doesn't ever draw attention to itself, and it was a very integral part of me achieving the best sound I ever have for my review system. And if you'd like to know more about that, or even get a demonstration for that type of sound quality, check the video up there. Chuck some more praise at the EVO 3 Nova. I've got absolutely no inclination to want to take it out of my review system. In fact, I went through the whole effort of unplugging everything, pulling it out and bringing it to this room to use in this system for that exact same reason. I want to use it for its benefits because it is a seriously good product. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope it's been helpful and useful. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll be seeing you soon, seeing you very soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.